Alright, Australia Day. Got the beers. Happy Australia Day, mate. Australia. Yeah, it's not quite the same not having the countdown Triple J that will live. I've been out and got a fair few things today so we can get this done, hopefully tonight. Went and scored some, I got some 3/8 brass or copper line. We're gonna try and get really fancy and run this around here, make it, polish it up, make it look nice. On the rug, got some fittings. Went and got some plywood to make a false floor, just to glue the rug to. Yeah, so today, first we're gonna make the false floor, get that in, we can get the tank in, and Josh can plumb that up while I wire the rest up. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll do it. So yeah,
bag mounts and everything are painted, ready to go back in.
Yeah, they're ready. That's the easy bit anyway.
That is the easy bit.
But yeah, we'll start in here, do some measurements, tidy it up a bit, and yeah, we'll get into it. So, done some rough measurements to get the first cut, measured the depth and width. We're only going to go to the edge here because we've got the storage bins here. I still want to be able to access them with me jack and all that sort of stuff. So we're just going to cut the board this big here. Going to trim around all these lumpy bits. Got the old rip saw and that marked out. So this will be the first cut, and then we'll just trim around that with the jigsaw. So where we at, I'm just running some wiring and all the air lines down for the gauges and switches. Bit of a mess here. Well underway of doing the boot install. Yeah. Alright, good.
I think so.
So we got a little trap door so we can get in and do all the fittings and everything under here. And all the rug is going to hold all this together like a hinge. That'll be fine. Yes. Yeah, so what I got here, just got one gauge. Like usually all the mini truckers and stuff, they'll run two of these. Like this is a dual needle gauge. I'll run one for each corner of the car. But I'm not interested in dropping corners and lifting wheels and that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to run one needle for the front and one for the rear, which I think is going to be fine. It handles fine with the both bags linked together. So I'm just going to do that. So over at the car, oh, don't fall off. I've up to the front, so I've got the power wire for the compressor just running straight through under the carpet there. And I've run up through under the console. Oh, ouch. And coming out here, I've got two air lines. You probably can't really see, it's a bit dark, but two air lines and a 4-core signal for the switches. Then that runs through. Just taped it all together. Like, we haven't run very thick gauge for the switches at all because it really is just a signal, and those valves don't need hardly anything to activate. So yeah, then that's just running through behind here into the boot, and then I'll run it down into the spare wheel well where everything's going to sit in there. We'll piss off all that ball valve and everything, but yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so we've got all the air lines for the gauge and the signal for the switches and everything running to the boot now. Josh has pulled all the false floor and everything out. What are you doing over here, mate?
I'm just going to start marking up and doing these little brass lines.
Yep.
To run them down.
Yep.
Just going to mark up where I want them to go and then start having a bit of a play.
Yep. Yeah, because the idea is we'll bring them down on an angle here, and we painted the tank backwards because there's a bit of a mark on the back of the tank where it would have looked a bit funny. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. It's a bit of a spot there. So So this side was better, but then we didn't realise there was a weld seam under here. So we're going to try and run the copper pipe. Brass or copper? What is it?
That's brass. I reckon that must be
copper.
Or maybe a bronze or something.
Yeah, I think it's copper. So we're going to run that down here along the front of that seam, and then going to drop down into the floor. And we might get some fittings to make it look all fancy through there later on. But for now, yeah, Josh is going to work his magic.
Lucky you got heaps.
Oh, I did get heaps. It's all about learning.
It is.
I've never lined a boot like this before.
I can't say I can either.
Has anybody? I don't know. I'd like to see another boot if it's done in like this rug like this. I've seen stuff done in AstroTurf and those car rugs you get from like IKEA and stuff, but I haven't seen a Persian rug done.
No. Well, you're about to.
Yes.
Very, very shortly.
It's going to look bloody good.
It'll look bloody amazing, mate. Right.
Alright, so what I'm doing now, I've got her up on the hoist. I've got the power wire for the compressor and the switch and the air lines for the gauge run. But now, because obviously you need the compressor, you don't want that to be running all the time. You need a signal wire off your accessories, run through a relay just to turn the compressor on and off. So the easiest way to do that in the boot, we did that off in the Merc. We just ran it straight off the fuel pump supply, like 12 volt, which it doesn't drain bugger all power, which is the whole point of the relay. So I've just got to find where this fuel pump is. Somewhere. I thought it was in the boot. I will find it. That's just a filter, but yeah, the easiest way, because the tank's just here. I think, pretty sure my other Crown had an external pump. It was about there, but this one must be hidden somewhere. But I'll find it somewhere in the boot and just run the signal from that down to the relay, and yeah, I'll start hunting. Okay, Josh has got this sorted out. He's got his pipe bender.
We were just discussing.
Yeah.
I got no idea what to do.
So that, lucky I've got a long piece, so we can have a bit of trial and error here.
We can do a lot of.
Which is fine.
I'm going to change that first, actually, because it's not on. This is riveting television here.
It is.
Oh, okay. So it's.
What?
Oh no! At some stage, it's been broken off. I wonder who-
Oh, good.
Not me, but.
Well, I've never used it.
No, marked it.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it does a pretty generous radius for the bend.
Yeah.
So I've marked it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
Well, we can always chop the excess off.
Well, I've done this a bit longer,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that I've gone a touch longer with the bend. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make one, hopefully replicate it. I think it might be all right. This is a highly accurate piece of equipment here.
Look at that.
Oh,
Not enough.
well, it's quite 90. So,
Yes.
like I said, I don't know if this is. Oh no, it's
That's
close.
nice.
It's close.
That's exactly how I wanted it though.
That's good.
Along that seam.
So then, yeah, oh well, that's good.
Yeah.
So I did it. That's how I meant to do it. Now I've just got to
Straight down from
straight
there.
down from there.
Yep.
Go and mark it, and then go to the radius. I think that then that should be in the middle of the bend.
Yep.
I think.
Okay. Okay. I'm confident with this.
I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, just in the process of wiring up the switch just for the rear bags at the moment. I've ran all the wires for the other switch when we finally get there. Got the gauge plumbed up, got it run through. Josh is in the back doing the real work. Look at that. That is bloody good. Pretty happy with that. Nice tank. Got the false floor. He's just pulled the other bit out. The compressor and everything's going to be mounted on here, and another bit of plywood. It's made this. This is going in the spare wheel well. Compressor, valves, everything will be on here. Any wonder this shit costs so much money. It takes forever.
It does take forever. And you know, this is nowhere near as what it, you know, what
Yeah.
you could do it if
Yeah.
you were like really
Yeah.
like super duper pedantic.
Just time consuming. Like all we're doing is, this is just a boot install really. I've
That
run
is exactly right. Like there was still other time
Yeah.
doing all the bag setup and setting
Yeah.
it up, and now
Yeah, no, it takes time, but I think
it's got to
it'll look good.